If you're asking about how you can source some big branded product that's going off on social media and is really capturing all of the attention, you're probably coming to it a bit too late. That happened recently when a gift and stationery retailer asked me how they could access Labubu for their business. Of course, they can't access Labubu. It's through PopMart. They control the product, and it's a huge brand, very successful brand. And asking about it now is kind of coming to the party way too late. But it just got me thinking about what we as retailers sometimes look at and trends we try and jump on, and whether we're jumping on them too late and we're missing other opportunities in our business. If you think about Labubu, for example, it's very big in the gift space. Everybody wants a piece of that action, but most of us aren't going to get a piece of that action. In our same businesses, or that business that I was talking about, the stationery and gift business, they sell journals. You know, in Australia right now, there are 2.2 million searches every month for journals through Google and other search engines. 2.2 million searches. You look at staplers, there are 100,000 searches for staplers. There are 1.8 million searches for pencils. There are 3 million searches a month in Australia for pens. And this retailer in the stationery and the gift space, isn't doing much in terms of online to try and capture some of that pen, pencil, stapler, and journal traffic. They're really focused on these brands, these hard to get brands like Labubu. They spent a lot of time going down that rabbit hole trying to chase this product, a product that's already incredibly successful and already way out of their reach. Yet in their shop today, they have a good range of pens, a good range of pencils. They have some wonderful journals catering to a range of different demographics, and they're not promoting them. And that's where search data is interesting because it can help inform us of opportunities that exist within our businesses today. In that stationery and gift business, if I was them, I would be blogging about journals and the kind of people who are using journals. And if we look specifically at that example, if you think about journals today, our kind of cliched or default position is going to be, oh, female 18 to 35 is going to be a journaler. The reality is, the fastest growing cohort of journal users today is young guys between 15 and 40. Journaling is being promoted among male wellness organizations and community groups as a good way to help settle your mind. Journaling is also referred to a lot by young guys in TikToks and Instagram and other social media platforms. So journaling is something with broad appeal. And any businesses selling journals can write to that and write to those various cohorts and try and reach them through online. You know, this video is not a video specifically for stationery and gift businesses, even though I'm talking a lot about that. I'm using those data points, 3 million searches a month for pens, 2.2 million searches a month for journals, 1.8 million searches a month for pencils. These are all opportunities in that space. But go and look at some other marketplaces. Look at incense, for example. There are 250,000 searches a month in Australia for incense. There are 3.8 million searches a month for wellness and wellness-related products. 560,000 searches a month for jigsaws. There are 835,000 searches a month for a brand called Jellycat. There are 430,000 searches a month for Squishmallows, another very popular kids and comforting sensory related toy and plush item. There are all of these opportunities, and then there are brands themselves that are incredibly popular. Roblox, 3.5 million searches a month in Australia. Minecraft, 10 million searches a month in Australia. Pokemon, 10.5 million searches a month in Australia. Knowing this search information can help inform you about different ways you can reach potential customers of your business. You don't have to be obsessed about things like Labubu. There are other opportunities that exist within our businesses today. If you go and look at broader retail channels, think about how many searches you think are being done in Australia right now, every month, on fishing or any keyword associated with fishing. That is over 17 million searches a month that are fishing related. 8 million searches a month on camping. 39.8 million, I should say, searches a month on dogs. 20.9 million searches a month on cats. 6 million searches a month on baking. 10 million searches a month on fitness. and 8.2 million searches a month on fasting. These are all examples of absolutely up-to-date search data here in Australia. And I'm sharing them because they show you the diversity of searches that are out there. And for us in retail, the opportunity is to connect with those um, search criteria that people are using. If you are a fishing and outdoors business, you should be writing about fishing and using the fishing keyword through your blog post to try and drive traction within your business. If you're a camping business, you should be talking about camping and the camping related keywords so that you're driving traffic to the website for your business. If you sell anything to do with dogs, whether it's dog treats, dog food, dog toys, dog training, dog care, dog grooming, there are so many opportunities there among those 39.8 million searches a month that are dog related. All of these keywords are opportunities to drive traffic to your business. If you are a gift and stationery business, you could write about pens, you could write about pencils, you could write about journals. There are more searches in Australia each month for those things than there currently are for Labubu. Even though Labubu is kind of crazy popular, it's the thing people are lining up for, and you're hearing about it on social media. It's that other everyday range of products that you've got within your business that present opportunities. And this is why keywords matter. And keywords matter in terms of how you describe your product. They matter in terms of blog posts that you write within your business and post on your business website about your product. Keywords matter in terms of what you put in your Google business profile. They matter in terms of what you put in your social media posts. You can use these keywords to drive more traffic to your physical shop as well as to your online business. And it starts with understanding kind of what's popular in your type of business. It's easy to get really caught up in the hype of something like Labubu. The reality is, um, Labubu's, if you look back over the decades, Labubu's and products like them have come and gone. If they're knocking on your door, if it's presenting to you as an opportunity, and if you're a local small retail business, it's possible that that's coming to you too late. My advice is don't spend too much time chasing down the rabbit hole. Focus instead on things that are more stable, more consistent, things that people are looking for regularly. I'll go back to the fasting example, 8.2 million searches. If you're in the health food space, or if you sell books or magazines that relate to fasting, there's an opportunity right there that you may not be tapping into. If you have anything that's baking related, if you're a kitchen shop selling kitchen utensils or a homeware shop selling home decor and items that you would put on the dining table, if you're a news agency selling magazines, if you're a bookshop selling cookbooks, write about baking, connect with baking, and be part of the results that come up from those 6 million searches every month. These are all opportunities, and every single specialty retail business in Australia has opportunities in this space. And sometimes it's the opportunities that present themselves in the everyday that are more useful to our businesses than those high profile, really often talked about on social media opportunities like Labubu. Labubu product, it's a great brand. They're great products. The thing is, a lot of us in local independent small business retail, we can't tap into that. But geez, the everyday, there's wonderful opportunity. And that's where your website can work. That's where your POS software can work in terms of how you describe the product within the business and that flows through to the website. Keywords matter because this keyword data reflects what people are searching for in Australia, and it changes. I won't name the brand, but there's a really popular brand of plush that 5 or 6 years ago, was sitting at well over 1 million searches in Australia. And right now, that same brand is sitting at under 100,000 searches. And those things change, those dynamics change. And I think it's very important to be aware of the current data. I use a product called SEMrush to give me that data. There are other tools around that can give you similar data. Looking at the search results in the context of your type of business can help you focus your business, whether you've got a website or not. You've got an online presence through social media and through Google Business, and you should use that when you're writing content to make sure you're tapping into the search results for your type of business. So back to Labubu. You're probably not going to be able to get it. Don't worry about it. Not a big deal. If you are a toy shop or you're in a space that would sell that sort of plush, there are so many other opportunities, so many other things being searched for. And I would say don't lose any sleep over the fact that you can't get this bright, shiny, big new thing, because that bright, shiny thing is going to fade at some point, and you want to be in a more stable situation where you're getting income you can rely on, traffic you can rely on by doing the everyday really well. And that starts with how you leverage more general searches for your type of business. I hope it's useful information.